Hello and welcome to WebSchool, a comprehensive education management platform. My name is Farhan, and in today's video we are going to explore floor plans and inventory management systems within WebSchool. WebSchool's floor management system is part of the infrastructure module. The floor system allows for the creation of buildings and rooms, such that the blueprint of your school can be recreated in the WebSchool system. Buildings are listed down the left-hand side of the panel. Through the use of the building and room drawing tool, a digital map of your school can be created. Descriptors such as key learning areas can be applied to these rooms. We can create a new building by using the Add Building button at the top. Here we must provide a name for the building, for example, Building 1, then press OK. After creating the building, we can now draw the floor plan for the building using the rectangle tool here. Draw the rectangle to the shape of your building and then connect it to the building by right-clicking on the drawing and click Connect to Building. Next, we can add more floors to our building by clicking the Add Floor button here. Now we must provide the floor number. Since we already have one floor, we must select 2 as the floor number. We can now add rooms to our 2 floors using the Add Room button here. We must provide a room number, a room type, the key learning area of the room, and the title of the room. However, only the room number is mandatory to provide. Let's add another room to this floor, this time for mathematics. Now we can draw our rooms on the floor plan. First, make sure you select the floor you want to draw on. Then you can use the line tool to create the walls of the rooms. So if our rooms are side by side, we can split the room into 2 by drawing another line right down the middle. We can now connect each side to its own room by right-clicking on the room and clicking Connect Room, then selecting the corresponding room from the drop-down list. If you have connected the wrong room, you can disconnect the room in the same way, then reconnect the correct room. The room profile functionality allows users to provide more description to the room. This includes information about who is responsible for the room, the heating and air conditioning status of the room dimensions, and many more. Let's move on to the Inventory tab. Here you can appoint specific items within the organization to this room. For example, by clicking the Add button here, you may add items to the room. You must provide a title for the item, an image of the item, and the category of the item. You must also provide a Waybill item if required. The Waybill system will be explored more in depth later in this video. In the Documents tab, you can provide any type of document regarding the room. For example, possible documents may include operating plans, safety features, and future plans. Users are also able to create a document of a custom topic. You can fill in the text box with your desired information. The Timetable tab shows the current timetable for this class. The timetable will automatically be provided by WebSchool based on the academic year and its corresponding timetable upon the room's creation and the selection of the key learning areas. The Temporary Usage tab allows a user to request to use the room for a period of time. This can be done by clicking on the Add button here, providing the desired date, and also a description of use. For example, parent-teacher interviews. Be sure to click the Save button after you fill in the required information. The Desk Placement tab can help teachers provide students with seating plans. By clicking on Add button here, you can add columns of seats. Now you can select the number of seats per table for the corresponding column. For example, if each table has 2 seats, select the 2-seat option from the left-hand side and click on the Add button on the column. You may also change the table for each row if required. For example, if the last row has 3 seats, you should select the 3-seat desk when you get to the last row, and then click Add. After finalizing the room profile, you can get a printable version of the profile by clicking on the Print button here. WebSchool will provide you with all of the information regarding the room, such as location information, dimensions, the individual responsible, heating status, operating rules, if any, and a list of the inventory. This feature can be used to provide all required information to new users of the room, for example, new students or teachers. The inventory management system is implemented to serve as a central repository for the institution to maintain information about their assets. This management system allows users to create custom categories and subcategories as a means to better organize resources and assets. Custom categories can be created by clicking the Add button here, which will reveal a form where we need to fill in a few fields. If you want to create a new category, select Without Parent from the drop-down list. Next, we need a title for our category. We can then create fields for the category if required. For example, we can create a field called Stock on Hand and give the field a numerical type. Now, our new category will appear in the Categories section. Here, we can create objects for this category by clicking the Add button here. We must fill the title field, provide a picture of the object, the category it belongs to, the Stock on Hand field which is created, the room which the objects belong to, and the Waybill item. After creating the object, we can see that it appears under the Object section, where the title, category, and possible operations to the object are shown. Users will be able to view the item, where they can see the title, picture, category, and the Stock on Hand field. Users can also see the usage periods of the item in the table here. If there are mistakes made in creating the object, we can edit any field of the object. For example, if the stock on hand was entered wrong, we can change the number from here and click OK. Additionally, we can also remove them by clicking on the bin icon, selecting delete, and providing a reason as to why this item is being deleted. A Waybill is a document containing information about a shipment's contents. Waybills generally include origin, destination, potential charges, and a unique Waybill item number. A Waybill document is provided by the sender to the carrier, which is also provided to the receiver. When adding items to an organization's inventory within WebSchool, the asset manager can also add information from the Waybill document as metadata for the item. Let's go through a scenario. For example, if a school has recently purchased a printer, it is advised to add the Waybill document for accounting purposes. Here we can create the Waybill item. When adding an item to the inventory, we can click the Add button on the Waybill item field, which will allow us to attach previously added Waybills to the item. However, we want to make a new one. We can click Add here to create a new Waybill. We are now required to provide the unique Waybill item number and the Waybill date, which are all provided by the sender. Other than those fields, it is also recommended to provide additional information such as supplier, payee, comments if required, and the original Waybill document. Now that our Waybill is created, we can specify the item inside. First, we select the Waybill which is created from the drop-down list, provide a title, unit type, amount, unit price, and the category it belongs to. We can now finalize our Waybill by clicking OK. This will return us to the original screen where we were selecting the Waybill for the item. We must now select our newly made Waybill and click OK. Moving on to the User's Inventory tab. Here, users can request to use items from the organization's inventory. For example, we can request to use goggles and safety equipment. We must pick a usage period for the item and then click OK. This request will be sent for approval by an admin within the school. They will receive a notification that will allow them to see the details of the request, where they can choose to reject or approve the request. This will update the status of the request in the user's inventory to approved, indicating that they can use the item. Or if the admin chooses to reject the request will be removed from the user's inventory. If an item within the organization's inventory is being replaced or can no longer be used, the item can be archived through WebSchool. For example, if new chairs are purchased for a classroom, the old chairs can be archived by clicking on the bin icon next to the item, selecting Archive as the method, and providing a reason as to why this item is being archived. Archived items can be found in the Archive tab within the inventory page, where users can see information about the item, date of archival, the user who archived it, and the reason provided for archiving. Additionally, if an item was archived by mistake, they can be sent out of the archives by clicking the Return button. The Resources tool within the WebSchool Security module is designed to manage various items and equipment within the organization. It can be used to enhance the tracking of items within the infrastructure by using radio frequency identification to increase efficiency and security of the check-in and check-out process. In the Resources page, users will be able to create categories of resources and then add items to that category. For example, a category can be made by clicking the Add button here and providing the required information, which is the title of the category, icon for the category, and type of the category. Users are also able to attach this category to a pattern category. After creating a category, resources can be added to it by clicking this Add button here and providing the required information: the name of the resource, its respective category, the room it belongs to, the object, IP address of the reader, which would be pre-filled if it is embedded, and the reader's name and type should also be provided. Additionally, it is recommended to provide an image of the resource to provide better context for the resource. After the resource is created, the permissions to the resource can be modified by clicking on the resource and then clicking the Edit Resource option. The responsible user can be selected from the list, in addition to their role and the required access pass. This integration allows educational institutions to allocate resources to each room that would aid the institution with many tasks. For example, if it is required of each room to have a set of medical items, these items can be allocated to the room using the tools integrated within WebSchool. In conclusion, WebSchool's floor plans and inventory management systems provide a comprehensive solution for educational institutions to manage their infrastructure, assets, and resources efficiently, with the ability to create digital floor plans, track inventory, manage room profiles, and allocate resources using RFID technology. WebSchool streamlines various operational processes. WebSchool subsystems are integrated and interconnected with each other to provide a better user experience and to ultimately allow tasks to be completed in a much more efficient manner. For example, the emergency subsystem is connected to the floor subsystem, which is used to provide appropriate staff with the location of the incident when an emergency incident is being reported. The timetables created are based on rooms from the floor subsystem, which also gives warnings if the room selected is occupied by another class at that specific time. The events lesson and the inventory subsystems are also interconnected, as the appropriate staff can track and manage equipment appointed to the students more efficiently. Additionally, awards from the organization's inventory can be given to students upon completion of the event. The interconnectedness of the subsystems, in addition to these powerful tools, enable a better organization, security, and a more efficient utilization of school facilities and assets, ultimately enhancing the overall education experience for students and staff alike.